About a month ago, maybe a month and a half, I was watching a documentary on one of the local stations. And it was our Governor General who was giving a history of basically the country and her life in South Andros. And as she spoke, I realized that she was heading south. She was heading south and she was talking to some people. And as she heads south, she spoke about Uncle Lee, right. Tommy, yeah. That's his son there. Yeah. Yes. And she spoke about a ferry and coming across, and then she spoke about this tall fella right near the dock. Yes. And I said, that's my grandfather she's talking about. Of course, my ears hit the ground. Yeah. And as she spoke about him, you know, I melt with pride. Yes. Because the event she spoke about, I was one of the kids who was there. And Cleome, Rodgers, Janet, and I believe Charlie Lang, who would have assisted in showing them where my granddad lived, from Long Keys. Yeah. And he's all his son. And when I listened to what was said, I don't remember the conversation that they were discussing, but I do remember that the team that came there would have gotten there well before sunset. And I don't know where Granddaddy got all this coffee from. But he made coffee all afternoon and all through the night, and they spoke and they talked all night until early morning. I think what I saw is really a true example of really what politicians are, or what they should be today. We didn't really have many beds to sleep in. A couple of us were sleeping in one bed. The room in the back, it had my cell phone at the root and clean, and a couple other people were sleeping in that one bed because I believe Charles was down that night too. And we all slept in one bed. But they stayed there and they spoke and they got the understanding of what South Andros is all about, because they talked to the right person. Daddy was able to tell them everything about South Andros and every single soul who lived in South Andros. And so, accidentally, you couldn't have sent them to a better person. Couldn't have sent them to a better person. But today, as I speak, as I can reflect on my life living with my granddaddy, he had a special way of connecting with every single grandchild. Every daughter, every son, every cousin. When he visited Nassau, and his running, he's going to go straight there. And he's going to visit every single child. But I want to share one more story with you. I was about 9 years old. I was standing with him on the corner of East and Bay Street. And he looked at me and he said, one day, Deep Creek is going to be just like this. And I was like, wow. Because at that time, if anyone is familiar with the story that His Excellency spoke about, they were simply track roads. Yeah. She experienced it, and I experienced it. Track road, or if I'm going to Pleasant Bay, I had a grandfather live in Pleasant Bay, and I had an aunt who lived in Long Bay Keys. Yeah. That's long distance apart. And if we were going to get there, we had to either go by a boat, you set, or you had to walk the bay in order to get there. And so that connected with me. And I believe that connected with so many other Androsians who live south at that time, from Drexel to Miles Bay, because that was our way of life. And so hearing that kind of statement coming from him seemed almost impossible. But today, we don't have all the ambience of Bay Street, but the things that he mentioned, he said you're going to have telephone, you're going to have light, and you're going to have road, tar road. And today, we're on it. We're saying it, and we're seeing some other stuff that's going on. And so, those who can stand, those immediate family, just stand for a minute, and so you can be recognized. Please, just stand for a second. Thank you so much. But I say that to say this. My grandfather, help see please. My grandfather, he really adopted the entire South Andros, and anyone else who come into his home. My attire, as I am today, This was his dress every single day. He would put on a necktie, and he would sit to his door, and he would look across the creek. And as soon as he sees somebody who he don't recognize, he put on his jacket.
Their father and grandfather. And I just want to take a minute, just if I could, to read parts of it. It says, the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology is honored to present the portrait to the family of the late Reverend Euthal Rodgers in commemoration of the renaming of the Deep Creek Primary School to the Reverend Euthal Rodgers Primary School on Thursday, 16th of March, 2017. God bless you all. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Three. 1, 2, 3.
They open it. That's a pen. That's a pen. Yes, yes, yes.
Just go back some more.
Take one step up, but be careful.
Say hi, Zara. Hi, Zara. Hi, Zara.
2, 3, pull.
You need to see it. You got it? You got it? Let's see the sign. I can't see the sign yet.
Jack ready to come up with a suit on. Rodgers, yes, right here. Huh? 8 on. So ready to the suit on.
So when you see the people, there's no bridge there. People.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead them come across with what they call it at the bait. My minister call it the bait. See the dock right here? You came to his dock. Right here. So you came to his dock and he shake your hand when you come across. And the part then you want to put on your jacket. Yeah, right there. Because that was the dock in the front of his head. They only had the bay right. Only had the look at the bay right in front of the bay. Yeah, that's something. You come to the bay. You came to the bay. Yeah, you need that. I had all them children in this house.
Look here. Now come tell me now. Come tell me how insurance can come out of this house.
Well, this is our front door.
Right.
This is our front door right here. When the truck went through, this phone here was tripped by a tractor.
8-corner house.
Yes.
8 corner.
What you do with it?
When it took the road to the place
Yeah.
the tractor took one of the corners. Okay. This corner house. It was very small, but very warm. Okay?
And you put the kitchen outside.
No, this was inside.
Indoor kitchen.
Yes, that's
These people knew mathematics.
yes.
No. The architect.
My grandfather stand right this door.
You stand here and see the dog there?
He welcomed me right there.
He welcomed me right here. The Prime Minister boat, so in the boat is parked in the center of the pavilion.
And then you just
We came to the dock, stop right here. Must buy stuff.
You don't know nothing about this.
incredible.
Yeah, you were still in the kingdom.
She's still in the kingdom.
Yeah.
She's still in the kingdom.
Like what? Yes, you were still in the kingdom. What kingdom? He didn't say you down here.
Yeah. No, but look at you, you imagine. But I'm saying, to build, I don't know what the future can be, but this kind of thing you should preserve.
Yeah.
With a show as an example. The same story. Okay? The same story. It's just amazing. I have to see this. Do whatever. As a museum. I just